I'm Santa Rose, and this is a post-November 2024 message. I want to talk about the fact that it's really important that we focus on what we have control over and what we don't have control over. And one of the things that we have control over is how we respond to events, whether we're happy with the elections or whether we're not happy with the elections. We control how we respond. And when light workers respond to energies in our environment, we have an impact, even if we're not aware of it. So it is super important that we release resentment, the resentment ball technique that I teach. I'm going to double check to make sure that it has shown up on my YouTube channel so that people can look at the resentment ball. Do the resentment ball for if you're resentful of this election results. Do the things to release negative energy in constructive, healthy ways rather than putting it out, and especially not putting it out to your neighbors or putting it out to your family or putting it out to your loved ones of any kind. When we put out angry, reactive energy, it bounces back to us. And that is something none of us need. What we need is to be as calm as we can, to be stand tall, stand firm as light workers. When the storm comes, that's when we are powerful. We stand tall in the face of the storm. And what do we do when we shine our lights? What are we doing? We may not be stopping people from doing bad deeds. We're doing something even more important. We are helping people find safe harbor, a safe place of compassion and light. That's what is needed right now, is for us to shine, for us to say, no matter what the circumstances are, we know God is bigger than anything, and God can handle anything, and God can do all kinds of things, no matter what the situation is. We need to remember that. We also need to remember to work on ourselves and our community and to focus in on what we have control over. For example, you don't like what's happening politically in America. The answer isn't to focus on what you don't want. The answer is to focus on what you do want. So if you have no control over what happens at the national level, then make a difference in your community. Make a difference in your neighborhood. Use this as an opportunity for you to get even more focused on shining your light. And you can't shine your light if you let yourself stay resentful. So release resentment and pull in the understanding that under all circumstances, we are light workers. Under all circumstances, God is bigger than humans. And to me, God is more than a one person or one, it's not a person. God is more than just a he, so I don't use the word he. When I refer to God, I use they. So you can see it as I'm referring to the Trinity, I'm referring to the universe when I use the word they. They have ultimate power and they can work with whatever the circumstances are, but God does not interfere with human will. So if people have willed that there's a certain person who's going to run America and a bunch of us don't like it, God cannot interfere with human will. So this is not God's fault. But we can partner with God to make a difference where we live, in our families, with our neighbors. This is an opportunity for us to say it's time for us to focus not on what we don't want, but on what we want. It's time for us to do a form of spiritual warfare, to be shining lights out into the world. instead of fearful, sending fearful, resentful energy out to the world. Thank you.